everyone and welcome to Crystal Crafts. Today we're going to be doing some Pinterest hot glue crafts. But before I get started, if you're like under the age of, I assume like 12, be careful with a hot glue gun. It says it in the name, hot glue. For parents watching, if you want to do this with your kids, they do make like low temperature hot glue guns. I would recommend getting one of those. I'm using just a standard little hot glue gun you can for like $9 at any craft store. So I'm going to introduce the two crafts I'm doing today. The first one is you make a bowl. This really interested me. So what you're going to need for this craft is a bowl. Now I don't test any of these crafts before I do them for you guys. So I bought a bowl at Target for like $2 because I didn't want to ruin my bowl. So if it works, that's great. You could probably use one of your bowls, but this is a bowl that I just bought from Target specifically for this. So you're gonna need a bowl. You're gonna need Vaseline. It's just petroleum jelly. Where I'm from, it's called Vaseline. You're also gonna need paintbrushes. They suggest paintbrushes so you can paint the bowl when you're done. I have some acrylic paints. I have 3 different colors. And then of course a hot glue gun, and I'd recommend some extra glue sticks. I always have paper towels here with me. I'm really messy. A plate that I'm going to use to put the squirts of paint on. The second craft is canvas art. Basically what it says to do is just put hot glue in a design on canvas and then paint over it. So those are the two crafts I'm going to do. The first one we're going to start with is the bowl craft. So let's get to crafting.
In looking at the shape and size of this bowl, I'd wish I used something with a narrower base and maybe a little bit shorter. But in using this bowl, the craft didn't turn out exactly how I expected, but as you can see, I'm putting Vaseline all over the bowl. It's to help the hot glue not stick. I wish I had gone all the way to the base, or I guess the top of the bowl in this, and that I'd used less Vaseline. Now in starting this, you want to put a large circle or spot of hot glue, because that's going to be the base for the bowl. And I went with a flower petal type pattern. It's the one I saw a picture of, and it was also the one I thought might be the easiest to replicate. So I started doing flower petals out, and then I did every other sort of fill it in. When your hot glue gun runs out, you just stick it in, and then you're going to want to push down on the back. Doing the edges was really hard, and it started to get really stringy on me. And I was starting to get frustrated at this point because everything was sort of stringing together. As you can see in looking at the top or the sides, it was all stringing together, and it looks like a big mess. They recommend that you cut all the strings off, but that seems very tedious. So I ended up wiping the excess Vaseline off, and then they recommend that you peel it up on the sides, which is what you can see me doing now. I'm getting Vaseline all over my hands, so if that's an uncomfortable feeling for you, I would not recommend this craft. I loosened it up, and then it says to turn it inside out where all the edges are on top, and then slowly peel it off the top of the bowl. The Vaseline did work and help getting it off, but it turned out to be more of a flat bowl. I don't know if I would have done, sharper edges, or if I had gone all the way down, if it would have turned out better. But I can't see the result in picking every little string off.
And now we're going to move on to craft numero dos. For this craft, you're going to want some primed canvases. I'm using, I believe it's 5x8 paintbrushes. These are tempera paintbrushes, or tempera paintbrushes. I don't think it really matters, but I am using acrylic paint, so you might want to use acrylic paintbrushes. I haven't really noticed a difference. And then I have 3 different colors. I have a white, an orange, and a teal. The one I saw of this was in white, so I'm going to do one in white and one in color just to sort of compare and contrast. Let's get crafting.
So for the first one, I decided to go with the dot design starting at the right hand corner with the hot glue. It was stringy, so I didn't really like it, but the dots did look cool. I only covered about a third of the canvas with dots, and in this closer shot you can see the strings that were happening. I believe that if I pull up, I would get less. I'm trying to get the strings of the hot glue off. It didn't work so well. I used an acrylic based paint. The example online I saw, they used white paint, so I wanted to give that a try. I used about a quarter size amount of paint. It was a bit too much. I used basic paint brushes that you can get at any craft store. And I just took paint on my brush, filled it with paint, and then painted starting at the corner where I started the glue. Make sure that your hot glue is dry before doing this. Hot glue does dry quickly, but you want to make sure it's solid before you paint over so you don't get any hot glue in your paintbrush. The paint picked up some of the strings, which I was hoping it would not do, and also my brush strokes weren't as fluid as I had wanted. It left some streaking marks, but it did turn out overall okay. For the second canvas, I decided to do more of just some like squiggly lines because I felt like the strings would be less in this, which ended up being true. I didn't have as much strings. I decided to use a colored paint for this one just to compare with the white. Again, I filled the paintbrush and went over the whole thing. With the lines, it was a bit harder to get it in between all the squiggles, but it seemed to work better. I also did strokes after I was all done to remove the excess paint, which gave it a cleaner finish.
Thank you guys so much for watching Crystal Crafts. Make sure you subscribe down below and share with all your friends on all your social media platforms. I'll be releasing new videos every Thursday of different crafts. So make sure you comment down below Pinterest crafts you want to see, if they fail or if they're awesome, or anything you just want to see me try. Again, thank you guys so much. Comment down below, subscribe, share with all your friends. See you next week.